Good evening, everyone. My name is Brian. I am the host of LIVE&Direct. And here on the panel, I have a very nice, beautiful young lady by the name of RoRo. Please welcome her and give her a round. How are you, RoRo?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking. Now, from little information that I have, this is a pretty touchy subject. So we're just going to get right to it, and we're going to talk about it. And I want to know what's going on in your life right now. First off and foremost, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
20 years old. Are you born and raised here in America?
No, I was not.
Where were you born?
I was born in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and I lived there for 8 years of my life.
Wow.
And then I moved to New York, and I moved to Chicago.
Oh, wow. Now, what part of Chicago?
Chicago, the north side, Foster Engineering.
The north side? Oh, okay, all right. So you kind of bounced around a little bit for what, first 10 years? So you were here about 10 years, is that correct?
I'm about to make 11.
About to make 11 years old?
It's been a long time.
But from what I hear, your stay here is going to really come to a screeching halt.
Yes, I leave in 2 weeks. I haven't been back in about 10 years, 11 years now.
Wow. Now, when you say the Philippines, of course, that's your origin then.
Yes.
That's your nationality, your ethnic background. I would be happy to go back and be home and visit cousins and relatives and uncles and all that. But in your case, it's not exactly in that format for you. Am I correct? Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Well, I haven't seen any of my family in 10, 11 years, and sadly my mom's over there by herself. And it's like my cousins and my family don't know anything that's going on. They haven't seen me since I was 8. And it's like, I'm about to go back and they have no idea that I'm coming. And it's like, where have you been? Like, why haven't you talked to any of your family members? You just up and left and just haven't came back, and now you're here. It's like, I want to be welcomed. I don't want my family to make them seem like I neglected them or I don't want to be around them. It's not even about that. It's just life in America is totally different than being in the Philippines or Saudi itself.
So you're
I'm happy.
Americanized.
Yes, a lot.
You're Americanized.
A lot, yes.
You got adjusted here. You're adjusted.
I grew up here,
you grew
basically.
Up here. This is home, of course. So it's nothing against the Philippines, of course. It's nothing against your country. It's nothing against your family. You love them. But let's talk about why. Since you love it here so much, why don't you just stay? Just stay. You're welcome.
If only it was that easy, I would love to stay and build a family here and go on and finish college here. But I know most importantly right now, I need to take care of my mother. I need to be there for her. I haven't been with her in about 7, 8 months.
Now let me stop you right there. Why is that? Because see, that's the reason you're here. Your mother's no longer here, correct?
Yeah, she's not here.
So she's back in the Philippines.
Yeah, she got
deported. How long has she been there?
She's been there for about a month now. She's by herself, and it's very hard.
What happened?
She got deported a month ago.
She got deported.
She got deported a month ago, and she was in jail for 6, 7 months. And she missed her birthday, and she missed me turning 20, and she wasn't there for my dad, and she had to up and leave, and she's never been in jail before. I'm the only child, so it's like I came very dependent on my mom, because you know, if you ain't got nobody else, all you have is your parents to be there for you, and when they're gone, you don't know what to do when you're by yourself. You gonna go crazy.
I understand that, RoRo. Please, honey, try your best. Calm down. Let's take our time, and we're gonna get through this. Because you have a lot of pain in your heart, and a lot of hurt, and I'm sure a lot of anger.
Yeah, I'm angry. I did not expect for her to get deported. I thought she was going to be here. I thought she was going to see me graduate college and everything like that, but it's not.
Had everything all planned out.
Yeah,
had
basically.
Everything, your future all set out. Come here after, you traveled all over different countries. You made home here in America. You're here in Chicago.
I made friends.
You made friends.
Yeah.
Didn't you go to St. Gregory?
Yeah, I graduated.
You graduated. Yeah. So you're doing all this stuff, and now, bam!
A
month ago, what happened? what happened to your mom? How did she end up in the arms and in the hands of our police department and get locked up, and now she's deported and on a plane back to the Philippines and has just upruled your whole plans and your family? How did that happen? What happened?
What exactly had happened was October 8th of 2012, we were on our way to a family road trip to Niagara Falls, New York, and my mother has always wanted to go back to New York and see Niagara Falls and just to see how everything was over there. And we finally left, and I had taken a week off of my job, and I'm like, okay, I'll be right back. I'll be back in a week. I'm going to go on family vacation. And we were on the road, everything was fine, beautiful outside, it wasn't snowing yet or anything, and I had fell asleep in the car, and I had woken up, and we were on the border of Canada because my dad had missed the wrong turn there was two paths. There's the Ohio and Detroit path in the highway, and my dad had missed the Ohio path, and it took us to the route of Canada. And once you end up in the border, there's no turning back around because you have to go through it. So what we didn't realize was that we're about to leave U.S. territory. And my mother doesn't have any papers, she doesn't have a social or anything like that. So that's when everything got real and we got pulled over. And Canada did not accept us into their country, so they sent us back to the U.S. border, and that's when all the problems started. When they noticed that my mother didn't have any identification,
she wasn't. Spiral
that's when they just took her away. Like, we were interrogated for 12 hours. No food, no outside, nothing, no phone, couldn't talk to nobody. And it's like, I felt like we were bad people, but we weren't.
Like you were committing a crime.
Yeah, it was
You're with your mom and dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Going on vacation. Getting ready to try to enjoy your family. Took a week off work thinking, hey, I'll be back and get back to my routine of life. And then all of a sudden, this terrible tragedy happened. Now, I got to ask you this, and bear with me. This happened in Canada, right?
Yes.
So it was the Canadians that...
No. Canada didn't have a problem with us going there. It was when they sent us back to the U.S. border, because you know when you go into the U.S. border, they ask for your ID, your passport.
You try to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Now my question to you, I'm glad that I asked you that, because see, now I want to know, how do you feel about America now? I know earlier when we were talking, you were saying how you love it here, you're used to it here. Do you have some type of anger, hatred?
I have a lot of resentment and a lot of anger, because it's like, before I came here to America, you know, when I was growing up here, like being a teenager and all that stuff, like I'm like, oh, America's the home of the freedom, the home of the brave. This is where you come here and start your life. And you know, just like with that movie Coming to America, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I watched
Rose
that.
petals and everything, right?
I thought I was gonna see kings and queens everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then I landed and
snatch your mom away.
I was just like, for real? Like, I would see this in TV and movies, and I'm like, this is really my life right now. This is happening for real. They took her away. She's gone. She's not here anymore.
She's gone. And not coming back anytime
soon. She's not here, no.
Okay, now, with that saying, the deportation laws that our president are working on, Mr. Barack Obama, how do you feel about those?
I feel like it doesn't even apply to us. I feel like he's not really trying to help us. I've been in this country for 10 years. My parents, they pay taxes. They never been arrested. They're good citizens. But one little piece of paper really determines if you can stay here or not because of one little incident. But you're such a good person for all the other times. But for this one little mix-up, you're just going to take it away. I feel like this is not home of the brave or home of freedom or anything. I feel like I'm in a box. Can't do what you want. I feel like I'm being watched. Like, it shouldn't have to be like that. I just want my family. That's all I want. I think most of the immigrants here, that's what they want, is they want their children, their mom or their dad or cousin or whoever it is, to live a better life that they didn't have back home. And when they get here, it's nothing that you expect it to be. It's the total opposite.
Wow. RoRo, you have really touched me. And I need more to talk with you. Right now, guys, I want you all to think about that. Think about your mom. Think about your dad. We got it made here, guys. We're born here. We don't have to worry about our papers. You're gonna go home, see your mom, you're gonna see your dad and your family. They'll be there. This young lady's 20 years old, and what she's going through is just absolutely amazing. Now, with that saying, is it our Congress? Is it our government? Is it our president? I have no idea what it is, but I do know it's a problem. Whatever it is, it needs to be resolved, and I can't take it no more. This is Brian giving it to you live and direct. I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to Live and Direct. We have a very sensitive story if you guys have been keeping up with us. This beautiful young lady, RoRo. I definitely want to give her a round of applause, and before you do, for the reason of her being, first of all, young, 20 years old, going through what she's going through, and then being strong enough and brave enough to come here and share her story with us. So please, give her a round of applause. All right, RoRo, let's finish talking here. So now we're, like I said, 20 years old. They got your mom. She's not coming back. She's going to the Philippines. So now you and your dad.
Yeah, it's just us two left now.
On your way back home, how was that ride?
Scary, because a lot has changed in the past decade in the Philippines. Not everything looks the same anymore. It's more urbanized now. It's more like, I don't know, it's too much. Like, I was not expecting to leave right away. I'm nervous, but I'm happy. I'm nervous, and I'm happy, and I'm scared. Don't know what it is out there. Because just like how you said earlier, I'm like Americanized now. So when I go there, I'm the one that stands out. I'm the tourist. I'm the American. I'm the one that's getting my fingers pointed at. Now,
your language that you speak there is called Tagalog, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you speak Tagalog?
Yes, I do. Fluent.
Fluent, so that's not going to be an issue, the language barrier. It's just going to be a comfortability type of deal then, right? You're going to feel kind of out of place, like flying milk, so to speak. Now,
out of water.
Sure. My confusion is this. Dad, what's going on in Dad's head? How does Dad feel about this situation? What is he gonna do? And then, from what I gather, a family vacation, I would take it that you guys are pretty close, all three, mom, dad, and daughter, correct? How do a young lady at 20 years old make a decision like that? And how did you come up with the decision that, hey, I gotta go be with mom and leave dad behind? And then how's that gonna work out as far as you seeing them now? Because it's kind of like you gotta give up one to get another. And that's got to be just a terrible place to be. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I got a whole bunch of responsibilities to fulfill now because she's not around. I have to fill in that spot. I have to be the one to hold my dad's hand and be like, Daddy, everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna be with her again. You can get through this. Money comes and goes. We're gonna be a family one day. Just not right now. It's just a bump in the road. But it's so hard when everything in your life is so negative, and you're the one that's gonna have to put in the positive in your life. And it's really hard when he's not trying to hear it out, and my mom isn't trying to hear it out, and it's like, what am I supposed to do if I can't talk to one or the other, and they're both arguing, and it's like I'm stuck in the middle, and I have to, it's like the road has changed. Like I went from being a kid to an adult, and now my parents are the ones
that are the kids.
Yeah, they're arguing and bickering all the time, and I'm the one that has to be like, hey, calm down. We're not the enemy among each other. We should be try to help one another and try to be there for each other. Like, it's not my dad's fault. Like, my mom blames my dad for this.
For making the wrong turn.
Yes, my mom's like, you wanted this to happen. You wanted this to happen.
Oh, wow.
Like you don't love me no more. You don't love me. You don't want to have you just want me to leave. You want to just be on your own and just do this or this and this. Like.
And it's got to be killing your dad. I mean,
of course.
I'm sure because he's
Earlier today, he was crying.
Oh, God.
He was listening Brian McKnight, for real. Like, he's like about to be 60 and still crying about my mom.
Well, that's true love. Let me ask you this then. With Dad listening to Brian McKnight and he's hurting, Michael Jackson, all these sad songs, is he gonna go back to the Philippines to be there, or is this gonna be a family thing? He's staying here. Wow.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna come with me to the Philippines, and he's gonna stay and show my mom and myself how to get around, like the buses over there, how to get to A and B, and all that stuff. But he has a job here. He's the one supporting the family. So that means he has to come back. He has to live.
Can't leave his employment.
He has to leave his daughter and his wife.
Oh my goodness.
Behind.
Now, when is all this going to go into play? When is this? You 2 weeks?
Yeah, today's Sunday, right?
Yes,
2
it
weeks.
is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So in 2 weeks, 20-year-old who was born in Saudi Arabia, correct? And speaking of that, you're full-blooded Philippine, correct?
Yeah, full-blooded. No American, no Saudi Arabian in me. Full-blooded.
I gotta ask you, how did you end up in Saudi Arabia?
How I ended up was my parents, like back then or even now, it's like popular to travel overseas to further your degree or get more job experiences.
Sure.
My dad is an accountant and my mom's a nurse.
Okay.
So they didn't even know each other, but they fell into the same company that did abroad.
Okay.
That helps you travel overseas and helps you further in your degree and make you have all this other stuff. And so my mom was working at a hospital, and my dad was an accountant working for Arabian Homes, which is still open to this day in Saudi Arabia. And
Fell in love, had you.
Had me, age 32, and now it's 20 years now, and they're about to be 60, and I'm about to be 21. And yeah.
Can I ask you a very personal question? Just from my will of knowledge, so to speak, Saudi Arabia is a very high percentage Muslim country.
Yes.
What's your religion background?
Catholic.
Catholic. But you were born in a Muslim atmosphere.
Yes. So my religion had to keep a secret.
Sure it had.
My baptism was a secret. My first communion was a secret. It was all indoors in a house, and because in Muslim, if they find out that you're practicing that,
What happened?
take you to jail.
And what else could possibly happen?
You
can get killed, correct?
Because out there,
It's a very strong Muslim country.
it's very, 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 very strict. Like when I was living over there, I couldn't show my face. I had to wear a turban, head to toe. And the fact that I had to sneak around and praise God and I couldn't praise Allah because of all this other stuff, it was like too much. I was like little. I didn't know what was going on. I was just trying to do whatever.
If I had to guess, I would have said you are in my age bracket, which is old, by the way, people. You've lived a life that is absolutely amazing, RoRo. And I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. I really hope you find a way to be strong, to continue to help your mother and your father, and find a way for them to merge back together as one and continue raising you, because I'm going to be very honest with you, they did a great job. Round of applause. Guys, I don't know, man. This is a pretty tough one. It's really hard for me. I have a big heart, man. I take this real serious, and I have a child that's around your age, and they cry and moan when their favorite cereal is out. They don't seem to know how to deal with it, and for what you dealt with, you just made me even that much stronger. And here at Live and Direct, we are definitely a family. And I want my viewers, and I want my people, my fans and staff and everyone Is there anything that you know about deportation laws? Is there any type of help? Is there anything that you can suggest? I want you to please give us a look, LiveAndDirectShow.com. And you can reach me personally. My name is Brian. Let us know something to help this young lady out. And oh, by the way, if there's anybody else that's going through this, you guys can contact us as well, because we want you on the show and we can maybe do something about this, because this is something in America that definitely needs to stop. This is Brian once again, giving it to you live and direct. See you in a bit.